Hello, it's Dr. Tina Heath here from Healthcare for Your Mind, sharing with you part 2 of The Science of Being Well by Wallace Wattles, chapter 9, When to Eat. Editor's notes. In 1910, before the discovery of vitamins or calories, the role of food for life and health was unclear to most of Western white society. Even among Western medical doctors, the process of digestion within the stomach and intestines was not yet understood. The roles of the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas were unknown. How food was absorbed and transported throughout the body was unknown. The actual cellular processes of the human body were an utter mystery. Mr. Wattles reasoned that work, whether mental or physical, used up or destroyed cells which must then be replaced. Hunger was the body's signal that cells needed to be built. Sleep, however, was fully restorative, required no work, and resulted in increased energy. Therefore, he reasoned, sleep could not result in hunger because it used no cells. Is the no breakfast plan the one for you? First, understand that because your body does most of its growing and repair work during the night while you are sleeping, it is physiologically possible for you to generate some hunger, but it is rarely enough to require food immediately upon rising. The body's requirements during sleep are generally filled by the food eaten in previous meals still being absorbed from the digestive tract. Most people who experiment with fasting for some period, after first rising from sleep, find that they feel best this way. Many who grew up on dairy farms report that they would all rise well before sunrise, 4 a.m, and work for a good 4 hours before a hearty breakfast at 8 a.m. Others find that it is ideal to exercise vigorously, walk, run, swim, etc., and then do some form of breathing and meditation practice before eating. We don't know what time Mr. Wattles was assuming you would awaken if you were to wait until noon to eat, but his point about waiting until you are actually hungry is well advised. If you find that you feel ill on waking or after a prolonged period without food, and you do not have a blood sugar problem, the most likely explanation is that your body is reacting to something you ate. Try experimenting with different foods. Another less common possibility relates to toxicity. If you have been exposed to nasty chemicals, for example, you smoked for years, or your parents did, or you grew up in an area where chemicals were sprayed to kill mosquitoes or agricultural pests. Residues of these chemicals are stored in your fat cells. When your body burns the fat, the chemicals are released into your blood, and you feel the effects. If you think this is going on, visit a naturopathic doctor for guidance. Third, if you have some sort of blood sugar irregularity requiring more frequent meals, your body will let you know you are hungry. The vital aspect of this when to eat recommendation is to learn how to pay attention to your body with the relaxed attitude of gratitude, trust, curiosity, and unconditional love, rather than being pushed around by habit, fear, anxiety, social customs, other people's schedules, and other people's ideas about what is good for you. Is prolonged fasting safe? If you are starved or emaciated and have not eaten for days or weeks, is it safe to wait until you feel hunger? There is a wide variety of physical, mental, and psychological conditions that may be involved in a person becoming starved or emaciated. Medical supervision by a doctor familiar with conditions like this is essential. In modern times, we are equipped with all sorts of testing and monitoring to more accurately guide a person through critical states. We also have methods of nourishment that bypass the digestive tract when a weakened person can't digest food. However, it is important to understand the source of Mr. Wattles' conviction that if you are not hungry, food cannot be used, and that it is unnatural and wrong for you to eat. Wattles clearly drew many of his ideas about the effectiveness of medicine and eating habits from the works of Edward Hooker Dewey, MD, who he names in the preface of this book. You can read fascinating excerpts from Dr. Dewey's 1900 book, The No Breakfast Plan, and The Fasting Cure, in the section Historical Notes on When, What, and How to Eat at the end of this book. Should you eat